What if your body has a secret language it only speaks when you're asleep? A language that holds clues to diseases you might not even know are developing for another 10 years. For decades, this language was a mystery, but now researchers at Stanford have built an AI that's finally learning to translate it. And what it's finding could help predict the future risk for everything from heart failure to cancer, all from a single night of your sleep. The problem: for most of modern medicine, we operate on a wait-and-see model. We wait for symptoms to show up, a tremor, a memory lapse, a nagging pain, and only then do we react. But by the time diseases like Parkinson's or dementia make themselves known, they've often been progressing silently for years. The damage is already done. This has been one of the biggest challenges in healthcare. We find diseases too late. We've been searching for a way to get ahead, to find those nearly invisible warning signs before an illness can take hold. What we needed was a new source of information, a window into the body hiding in plain sight. The breakthrough. That window, it turns out, is the 8 hours we spend unconscious every night. A team at Stanford University School of Medicine, led by researchers Mignot and James Zhu, had a groundbreaking idea. They realized that in-depth sleep studies, known as polysomnography, capture a treasure trove of data that we've mostly been ignoring. When you're in a sleep lab, sensors are recording everything: the electrical symphony of your brainwaves, the steady rhythm of your heart, the rise and fall of your chest, and even the subtle movements of your eyes and legs. For years, doctors used this rich data mostly to diagnose conditions like sleep apnea. But the Stanford team asked a bigger question. What if this isn't just data about sleep? What if it's data about everything? How it works. They created an AI called Sleep FM, a foundation model designed to learn this secret language of the body's nightly signals. To do this, they fed it a staggering amount of information, nearly 600,000 hours of detailed sleep recordings from nearly 65,000 different people. The real genius is how they taught the AI. Here's a simple way to think about it. Imagine an art detective learning to spot a forgery. The detective doesn't just study fakes. They spend thousands of hours studying genuine masterpieces to learn every nuance of the artist's style. They learn how the brushstrokes, colors, and composition are supposed to work together. Sleep FM did something similar with the human body, using a technique called leave one out contrastive learning. The researchers would show the AI a person's brainwaves and breathing patterns, but hide their heart rate. Then they challenged the AI to predict what the heart should have been doing. By doing this millions of times, Sleep FM learned the incredibly complex dance between our organs during healthy sleep. It built a perfect model of what's normal, so it could instantly spot when something, even a tiny signal, is out of sync. The wow moment. And what it found was stunning. Once trained, Sleep FM could estimate a person's risk for all-cause mortality with an 84% performance score. But the disease risk predictions were the real wow moment. From that single night of sleep data, the AI could estimate the future risk of Parkinson's disease with an 89% performance score and dementia with 85%. It didn't stop there. It flagged a future risk for hypertensive heart disease with an 84% score and a heart attack with an 81%. Astonishingly, it even estimated the risk for certain cancers, predicting future risk for prostate cancer at 89% and breast cancer at 87%. In total, Sleep FM found it could reasonably predict the risk for 130 different conditions. The future of sleep. This technology isn't about replacing doctors. It's about giving them a superpower, pointing to a future where a sensor in your mattress or a wearable performs a nightly health checkup, flagging warning signs years before you ever feel a symptom. This represents a monumental shift from reactive medicine to truly preventative healthcare. Now, let's be clear, this is still in the research phase. The findings were published in the prestigious journal Nature Medicine, but the technology isn't available at your clinic yet. Researchers are now working to refine the model and adapt it for consumer devices. For most of human history, we've seen sleep as a passive state of rest. Now we're learning that it's an active, information-rich broadcast from our own bodies. Thanks to this work, that secret language is becoming a map that could one day guide us to longer, healthier lives. So what do you think? Would you want your sleep analyzed every night for a glimpse into your future health? If you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe for more learning science, and hit the bell.